Assalamu alaikum to all. Uh, First of all, I want to convince and apologize for yesterday's class. So as I have muted my thing and I have going on discussing about the class, about the topic. But after that, after a long time, I realized that. So I was on mute. So sorry for that. So today I will be covering the entire the topic which we have missed yesterday. So like yesterday also few of them are not able to understand, are not able to get the points. So why? Because I was on mute and just I am displaying and just my screen is getting shared. Okay. Okay. So the topic of discussion today, our today's agenda is nothing but we day before yesterday we have created a virtual machine in Azure, and today what we will do is uh, we will create a Windows virtual machine through an Azure console, and also we will create another virtual machine Windows VM through same Azure console. And the next is, let me start my presentation. Walaikum Salam, Wahid. Yeah. So we have create then we will change the VM size. Okay. Then we will create the image of VM. Will deploy new VM with the image created. Will create VM using ARM template. So this is a totally a demonstration class. So today we will be discussing entirely on a lab session. So let us start up with an creation of virtual machine. So before that, I will be create. After that, we will also move the VM to other resource group. Okay, that is called as RG resource group. So these are the tasks which I'm going to perform it today. So I will paste it in your chat and we will do step by step. Don't worry. Like yesterday, Israr was feeling some issue with like he was not able to understand. So and I will go in a very slow manner and let me stop if you have any queries. Okay. These are the steps, these are the things what we are going to do. First, we will create a virtual machine. Before that, we will create a resource group. Let me see, is there any resource group is available, right? Yes, resource group is there. RG01 is already available, but let me delete all the resources from this resource group. I think this will not be get deleted. Why? Because we have moved this virtual machine to another resource group that is called as resource group 2. That's the reason it's not getting deleted. Yeah. So I will delete the resources in both the resource group. Yes, all the resources in a resource group 1 has been deleted now. So meanwhile, we will start doing our lab from a resource group 1. Then later we will move the things to the resource group 2 as well. Let's go to home and go for virtual machine. I think I don't have any virtual machine over here. So just simply say create now. So on top of that, and you can select a low traffic workload testing virtual machine. So I'm selecting this. First is nothing but your subscription name. So under which subscription you are going to create your resource. And next is your resource group. You need to assign your resource group. So I will be assigning at, I think this source group is also deleted. No, let me check. So I could not find RG01. Resource group. Yes, RG01 is also deleted here. So I will be creating a new resource group by clicking here, create new, and I am mentioning RG01. Say okay. So here I am using a virtual machine name. Any name you can keep. My demo. And the location I am using an East US. Yeah. And availability zone. So I am keeping it as a default. And I will be selecting only one availability zone over here. In Trust launch virtual machine, I am selecting as a standard. Okay. Why? Because this is a security type which is allowed in your free trial. Okay. And here I am selecting an operating system, Windows 2022. Okay. A standard B1 V1 core CPU and 1 GB of RAM, which is free trial eligible. So it's a trial eligible. Sorry, free trial eligible. I'm using an username and password. Test at the rate 1234567 8. So this is a password. I'm using it. It's test at the rate 1234. It's a tab TCAP. So here next is I will I want to connect my virtual machine from a public. So that's the reason I am allowing my security port. That is nothing but allow secure selected port. That is an RDP port for accessing my virtual machine. And go for the next option is nothing but I am going for add disk. Modification of disk types and all we will do it later. So currently I will be using a standard disk for now. Okay, so OS disk size is 127 GB and OS disk type is a premium standard local redundancy storage. So what is mean by local redundancy storage, that we will discuss later. We have multiple types of storage, which you have a standard, premium, and standard HDD and zero redundant. So like that, you have a multiple things that we will discuss later when we have starting a storage topic. So delete with a VM if you are deleting the virtual machine. So according with it will be delete your drive also with your VM. Key managements for now it's a standard one, so it's a platform managed key. So here you can see the important is nothing but this type, all are others maybe or may not be. So this it. Then we'll be moving to a networking concepts, networking settings. So a default virtual network is created and subnet is there. It's a default subnet and public IP. So we will be using an public IP by using an allow in public inbound ports. So if you already have a public IP, you can select over here. Otherwise, you can create the new public IP. Network security group. So it's a basic. I don't want to go with the advanced right now. So if I go with the advanced, then I need to allow some ports and all. I want to do it. So I won't do anything advanced. I will go with the basic right now. Then delete public IP and NIC when the VM is deleted. So when my virtual machine has been deleted or removed, then I need to delete my public IP as well as NIC card, network interface controller card. So and next is nothing but you need to select the load balancers. So currently we have not discussed anything about the load balancer, so that's the reason I will keep it as a blank for now. So I will go for next for management. Management is nothing but you how you are going to manage your virtual machine. You need to use some management options. Currently we are not using anything right now, so I will keep it as a default. And auto shutdown, backups, and OS updates, so everything you can enable here. So but I am currently we have not done anything, we have not gone through and we have not learned anything. I am keeping it as a nothing. I am making any changes over here. So next I will be go for monitoring. Alerts and diagnostics and OS diagnostics, how you are going to perform the health checks. So this everything you need to perform. You can select over here, but I am keeping it as a default. Advanced settings where you can run your script from here, like which if you want to install any software by using an customer data, you can use here custom data, performance, and host groups. So these are many options are there that we will be discussing later. So tag is nothing for to identify your virtual machine. So I will be mentioning, and I will not mention anything tag. So just I will go for next review and create. So only the basic configuration I have mentioned, and rest disk, network, management, monitor, advanced, and tag I kept it as a default. I did not modify anything over there. Okay. So my validation is passed, and then I will be creating a new virtual machine here. Deployment failed. So let me see why the deployment failed. So these are nothing but a troubleshooting steps. So as an administrator, you need to understand the troubleshootings also. So it's a very easy to understand a troubleshooting. So every troubleshooting, every information, the issue related information will be provided in your error message. You need to read the error message completely and you need to understand what the exactly error is. So go for deployment fail, click here for details. The resource write operation failed to complete successfully because it reached the terminal provisional stage failed. So code is resource deployment failed. Target is so and so subscription. So virtual machine demo. Okay. So successful because it reached terminal provision stage. Error. What is the error you got? If you can see, you have a code over here. In a code, also it will provide you an error information. So here you can follow this link also. So to see the deployment history. So why you are facing this error? So it's giving like there is some error in what you can say operation ID or subscription ID. Let us go back and see whether what is the issue with my virtual machine. Yes, my virtual machine is created, but the status is failed. So I cannot connect this virtual machine. Why? Because my status is in a failed stage. I am trying to start my virtual machine. Let us see. Will it start or will it provides any error message again? So we do not have a sufficient capacity for the requested VM size in this zone. Okay, you can see this. So action allocation fail. This is the issue. So we do not have a sufficient capacity for the request VM size in this zone. So in the particular zone, alternative, uh, try one of this alternative option to improve the changes of your location successfully. Alternative zone of the same region and size. Alternate VM size for the same region zone. So either you need to go with standard B1, MS standard B1, LS or standard B2. So what he's asking to change the size or change the zone region. So how you are going to change the size currently, if you can see here, go back to the virtual machine, and you can see I am using a size called as standard 1BS. So let me try to change the size of a virtual machine, and let's check. So go for just go to the virtual machine and go for availability and scales. So here you have a sizing option. Click on size. So currently it's B1S free service eligible. So I will go with D series D2 VS3. Okay, I will select this one and I will say resize. So my virtual machine has been resized now. So previously it was in B1 series. Now I am going to a D2 series. Let's see whether this will fix my issue or not. Resizing of virtual machine is in process. Yes, resizing of virtual successful now. So let's go back to my virtual machine. Still status is failed. Just click on it and say start now. Let us see whether my virtual machine will start now or not. Yes, done. Started virtual machine means my issue is fixed now. So the issue is with my virtual machine size. So that size is not available in the particular zone to allocate, and due to which my virtual machine has not spinned up. So we have not able to spin up your virtual machine. So by seeing an error, we have identified that there is an issue with my virtual machine size, and we have fixed it by modifying the size from one size to another size. We have modified and we have fixed it. So that is nothing but resizing of your virtual machine. So this also can be, there may be some issues in when you are into a production environment, or when you are into an live environment where you are using an virtual machine with a low RAM memory and low CPU memory, and the users started your users have started accessing users have started accessing your virtual machine, and after some time there may be a P1 issue. P1 ticket has been raised saying that my virtual machine is not responding properly. So the first step what we need to do is stop the virtual machine and resize the virtual machine. So then we can see that uh, we can analyze that, like due to an load on your virtual machine performance was went down. So after resizing, the application started working fine. So it means that, like due to the load, the virtual machine performance was affected. So in this fashion, you can resize the virtual machine and you can fix the issue. Okay. Our first criteria is nothing but how to fix the issue. Then later we can dig into the solution, what the steps we need to take care to not to get this issue arised. So that's the main thing. Just refresh it. Yeah. Now the status is running. Try to connect my virtual machine. I am trying to connect with my virtual machine. Say connect. Now, yes, successfully I am able to connect my virtual machine. Okay, let me do one small example. Let me try some small live scenario to see the high availability. Okay, so here, if we can go and see my virtual machine resource group, currently my virtual machine resource group is allocated to RG01. So, sorry, what exactly a resource group? A resource group is a logical group where you are going to host your, sorry, okay. So I will be moving this resource group to other resource group. Let me, before that, I want to create a new resource group. So I will be creating a new resource group. Say create RG02. I will keep this resource group in my west region. Review and create. Create. My resource group is created now. I have a resource group created. So what I will be doing is I am moving my resource group. I am moving my resource. What is the resource I am trying to move? So to move the resource, select the resource. Sorry, select the source and destination. So next, so I am moving my virtual machine from one resource group to another resource group. Remember, you are moving only your virtual machine. So virtual machine is associated with your network card. Virtual machine is associated with your public IP. Virtual machine have its own OS drive, so that we are not moving it. So just we are moving a virtual machine. So this virtual machine is nothing but just a image or a copy which we are trying to move it. So before moving, Azure will do the validation, and once the validation is confirmed or passed, then only it start moving your virtual machine. Okay. Still validation is going on. Let us wait for some time. That's what, while moving the resource group, shall we stop the VM? That's what my demonstration is today. I want to demonstrate. I have not, you have seen that I have not stopped my virtual machine. Okay, and my virtual machine is also running. I have also connected my virtual machine, but I have not stopped my virtual machine. Just I want to demonstrate. So what is happening? So just you can see here. Okay. Second question is, can we keep VM in one region and resource group in another region? Uh, no, like if you are talking about a virtual machine, then it should be in a same region. Okay, but there are some things like your network card. That's what I want to show you today. It's nothing but how it works. So you can keep other storage in one region, and you can have your virtual machine in another region. So let us just be wait. Just wait for some time. Azhar, you will get to know. You will get your questions answered. Okay, just wait for some time. So here the validation is succeeded. So click on next. So here I will be moving the resource. So target subscription the same. So number of resource to move is nothing but I am moving only one virtual machine. So click on move. Let us see my virtual machine is up and running here. It's connected in a remote desktop. So it's already in a remote desktop process. Just let us see my notification. Do I get any notification or not? So moving of my virtual machine is under process. It's moving, my virtual machine is moving from one resource group to another resource group. Your first question, like resource group in one, first question. While moving the resource group should, shall we stop the VM? Let us see the answer, whether we have started initiated moving of your resource group. Let us see whether we need to stop the VM or not. You can see that we have not at all stopped our VM. VM is still running stage. Just give me a minute. Let me bring some water. You can see my virtual machine is still in running stage and the activity is still in process. So the resource is getting moved. Yes, moving the resource completed. So my virtual machine is not stopped. Okay. So Wahid VM is in RG01 and we are moving to RG02. Yes, we have not, we have initialized for moving the resource group. So the resources in that resource, you can see now, I can show you for my virtual machine, my demo, and previously it was in resource group 1. Resource group 1. So here I have selected my virtual machine and started moving it to resource group 1, and just you refresh this one. Yeah, refresh the window. Click on virtual machine now. You can see your virtual machine has been moved to your resource group 2. So if you can go here and see networking, and you can select your network settings. For disks, this is my demo OS disk. Click on this. You can see your disk is still in RG01. So if you want to move a particular resource, so it's nothing but I am moving a resources one by one. So if you can go here and you can see in your resource group, so in a resource group you could not find any virtual machine. So here you have an only your IP address, network security group, your VNet, and your NIC card, and your OS disk. So go to resource group 2, and here you can see your VM. So virtual machine in a East US. Okay, location is still showing as East US. Definitely, it will be in a East US. Yes, why?
So what is the concept behind moving one group to another group? Are we integrating first group with another group, or we are actually moving VM to one another group? What exactly is happening behind the screen?
Yes, very good question, Wahid. So just beside the screen, I want to show you what is a what is the advantage of a resource group. So a resource group is not at all related with any of the region. So like there may be some question in your interview point of view saying that if I want to move the resource from one resource group to another resource group and both are in a different region, will it be possible or it is not possible? So generally the person, those who are from freshers, they think that okay, so resource group is in one region and another resource group 2 is in another region, and if you want to move the resource from one region to another region, means you are moving the resources from one resource group to another resource group, definitely it will also move the region also, they will think. So that's not a right answer. So here I am showing you that the resource group is with the two different regions you can see here, but the resources are still working with one region only. Okay, so just I want to tell you that the resource group is a logical folder or logical uh, structure where it combines your entire resources. So it's not like that, like if you are moving a resources from one uh, resource group to another resource groups, it's moving from one region to another region. It's not like that. Okay, so we are not moving the VMs to one region to another region, just we are moving the VMs to one resource group to another resource group. So what happened in your production environment when you goes to the live environment? So if for example I have moved my resources from production to dev, so there is a test deployment as well as develop production deployment. So if I move any virtual machine from what you can call as production to the testing for the testing purpose, so after that I forgot it to move it back to my production, and unfortunately I have applied a delete of a resource group, then it will delete my VM also. Okay, that was happened in my organization. So that's the reason why I want to demonstrate this today. Okay, so hope this is clear, Wahid. Yes, we can see. Can you open the RDP session and check? Yes, we can see it. Yes, Azhar.
Suppose
Inform.
users are connected to a server,
Okay.
change region 1 to region 1 to 02. Does it impact on their
No, it won't impact to the users also. You can see here my virtual machine is still on running stage. Okay,
okay?
I can
Does it change the IP address also? If we change from region RG01 to 02?
No, like it's a public IP, the same IP which I am using right now. You can see here, I have not disconnected. Let you can your issue also, your question will also be get clarified. Just a minute. So just you can see here we have connected the region. Sorry, public IP. It's not in the 2083 165.49. So don't be get confused over here. So here if I click, it's a resource group, and when I click on my computer, my virtual machine, you can see you have same IP. So here I have not changed my network interface. So my network interface is connected with my public IP. So I have not done that. So just only I have moved my virtual machine. Okay, your virtual machine from one resource group to another resource group, and here also you can see. Okay, let me do it in another way.
Does it mirroring from RG0 to 01 to 02 all the
No,
resources?
no, it's not mirroring. Just that's what I want to tell you, that it has been moved. See, RG01. Let me close this. So RG01 is on East US, and RG02 is on West US, right? So here two resources are on two different region, but two different region. So here I want to tell you that resource group, creation of resource group is not at all linked with your region. So this region, so resource group, why we are creating a resource group for some services which only specifically run in a particular region. For that we will be using a resource group. But for your virtual machine, let me take some example. Some of the resources are running in you can call as west region, and some resources are not available in east region. So at this point, if you are trying to move the resources from west region to another east region, then it will not move. Why? Because east region does not have a option or services enabled on that particular region. So that's the reason why that service or that resource will not be moved to east region. Why? Because that are called as, some services are a region specific, so that's the reason it won't move it. And some services of an Azure which are available in all the regions, just like a virtual machine which is available in all the regions. So that's the reason virtual machine has been moved successfully, but the virtual machine is located from the east region only. It has been not moved his region. Just a file, a logical folder has been moved to the region 2. You can see region 2. You can click on region 2, as well as region 2 is hosted on west region. But you can see here my name is my demo is virtual machine, and the type is virtual machine, and you can see the location is still showing it as east US. So my location of my virtual machine has not moved, just a logical information and logical content has been moved. That's it. Okay, is it clear, Azhar? So you are providing an image for another region or zone. Yes, we will do that. So we have not went to an image concept till now. It's centralized organized data that can be accessed from any region or AZ as long as it allowed to do so. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Azhar. Okay. So Wahid, like it is centralized organized data that can be accessed from any region or AZ as long as it's allowed to do. Yes. So it's a centralized machine so that you can access from any region. So for the imaging, we have not provisioned any image till now. So we will do it. Okay. So now I will try to move my OS disk. Let us see what will happen. Okay. So till at the time of movement of my uh, virtual machine, nothing has happened, right? I am trying to move my OS disk now. Let us move it from resource one resource group to another resource group. So I want to demonstrate step by step, okay, so that you will understand what's happening with my virtual machine when it is moving from one resource to another resource. Sorry, one resource group to another resource group. So one thing I want to tell you here, so don't be get confused between the resource group and a region. That was a main concept for me to explain you about the differences between the region and a resource group. Okay, don't be get confused. So simply assume that resource group is a logical folder or logical segment for your identification where you will have managing your all the resources. Region is a physical region from where your resources are getting operated. Okay, so resource group is only a logical container or logical, you can call as logical folder, which maintains your resource information. That's it. Okay. Okay, it is taking some time to validate. So meanwhile, what we will do is we will create an one more virtual machine in the resource group too. Okay. Okay, we will create. Okay, we have already done. Two we have already running one my demo. So I will create in region one, resource group one, my demo 02. You can see I right now I will be selecting now as a west now. So region I am selecting now west. So west is resource group 01 is for my east to US, but here I am selecting a region called as west to US. Let us see what the error you are going to get. Okay. So I will keep the same one zone. I will keep, let me try with Windows operating system only. Okay. The size is not available in zone 1 and zone 2 are supported. Okay, just remove this and you can choose zone 2. Okay, the same password, test at the rate 1234567 8. Okay, test at the rate 1234567. Okay, so simply I am doing review and create. And let us see what will happen. Validation is passed. See, I have selected, you notice that, just remember that I have selected a resource group 1. So whereas resource group 1 is created under the East US, but when I talk about a region, what I have selected here is West US 2. So uh, this is not a region of a resource group, but still I am trying to deploy my virtual machine. Let us see, do we'll get any error or it will be get deployed. Okay. So okay, so just create. Now my disk validation is success now. Click on next. I understand that tools and script associated with moved resources will not work until update them to use the new resource group. You can see this option. So if I created any scripts which are been associated with a resource group, then I need to change the resource group for that scripts as well. So that will be an issue. So once you are moving your resource group from resources from one resource group to another resource group, okay. So the resource group movement is been failed. You can see it has an active deployment is going on. Why? Because I have created a deployment of my resource, my demo, right, successfully. Okay. So I have created two virtual machines, my demo and my demo 02. So here my demo 02 is a part of resource group 01, but it has been located in your West US, whereas resource group 01 is a part of East US. Okay. So here the resource group is only a information which contains about your virtual machine. So go for resource group. You can see my demo 02 is created and your IP is created. All are created in a West region only. It has been created in a West region only, but it has been associated with your resource group 1. Okay. You can see the logs. So let's try to move the resource group again. It's not only the resource group, you can move your subscription also. If you have a multiple subscriptions, I think it won't allow to move the OS. I didn't get your question, Wahid. Again, I am telling, don't be get confused between the resource group and a region. A resource group is only a logical group, and region is a region where your resources are running. Okay. What we have done till now, we have build a virtual machine, or we can build a Linux machine. So moving the VM to another resource group, and we have already changed the VM size from BS1 to D3 version. So that we already did it. So just they want to demonstrate a OS disk also. We are not moving an operating system. We are trying to move the disk, operating system disk, your drive, your C drive to another resource. So here I am not at all moving the resource to different region. I am moving the resource to a different resource group. So remember, I am not at all moving the resources to a different region. I am another resource group. So only the thing is, next, and okay. I think we have not created a Linux machine. So we will try to create the Linux VM also. So go for virtual machine, say create virtual machine. I will be selecting as, so now I will be creating a new resource group here, that is called as RG03. Okay. Here I will be selecting another region, Asia Pacific, Central India. So I will be creating a name called as Linux 01. Okay. Availability zone, I am not doing any changes. Here in a Windows, I will be selecting as, let me take as, okay. Ubuntu. Okay. Is not available in zone 1, 2 and 3 are supported. So I can select any zone from 2 or 3. So I will be using only zone 2 now. SSH public key, I won't use that. So it's a key pair name. So Azure user generate a new key pair if you are using an SSH public key. So we will create a name called as AZ Linux 01. We will allow a port of SSH. Okay. Say next and say next to networking. Say review and create. Just let me go for advanced and pass the script configuration file or other data that will be accessible to your application through a lifetime of your virtual machine. Do not use a user data for storing your secret password. So I will be creating an user data where my scripts, I want to run some scripts at the time of server installation. So I will keep it as a user data. Okay. Review and create. So here I have written some script where let me see it's work or not. So download a private key and create the resource. Like I need to download a private key, Azure Linux.pm. So downloading, my deployment has started into a new resource group. See. Moving resources got completed. My disk is also moved successfully, okay, to and another resource group. You can go for resource group 2 and you can check. You will have a new disk. There is nothing for your disk. Still, it shows that it's operating from East to US only. My deployment is completed. Linux VM. So it has been created in Central India and resource group 3. So let me see whether what is the public IP I have associated. So I have received a public IP 20.193.33.66. So I am trying to access my public IP through a HTTP. So it's not working for me right now. Let us see what is an issue. Here you can need to go with the network settings. So as we are using an HTTP protocol, so I need to create a rule, as I have only a rule for SSH to use my 22 as a port number, which is allowed. So I need to create an inbound rule mentioning as HTTP, source is any, source point range is any, destination is any, service is HTTP, and I need to action is allowed. Okay, say add. Still not accessing. Let's wait for some more time. Then after that we will try. What I will do right now is nothing but I will try to create an image of this Linux server. For virtual machine, and here you can see as capture an image. Click on image. Now I am creating an image of my existing virtual machine so that these image can be used for deploying my resources in another region. So it's nothing but previous scenario. What we did is we have created and we have moved a virtual machine to a different resource group, but not to a different region. Here I am creating an image, and after that we will try to move that image to a different region, or we will do that. Okay, so here it's an resource group, it's an Asia specific. Yes, share it to a galleries as a VM images. So I am sharing this to my galleries. So from the gallery I will be creating an separate VM with a different region now. Okay, in a different region. So automatically delete a virtual machine after creating an image. Okay, no. So Azure, target Azure compute galleries. So here I don't have any galleries right now. So galleries is nothing but a folder where I can create uh, my demo image. Okay, let me take as my images. So I'm giving, sorry. Target your virtual machine definition. So creating a my image name. Here I have created a group. Okay, here I have created a my Azure compute gallery group. Okay, then here I am creating a name of my image. Okay, demo Linux hyphen image 01. Operating system, server, everything is by default I kept. So I keep and okay. So demo Linux hyphen image 01. I need to specify the version name, which version I am using it. I am using at 0.0.1 as a first version. Okay. or you can use a version called as first version also you can use, but it specify used to at least provide 0 dot starts from 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 1 is the first image, and delete lock delete replicated location. So I need to remove this. I will be removing it. So by unchecking this box, the able to delete image version is replicated region is unblocked. So this image can be deleted in a different region also. So uh, execute from a last, so end of life date, I can mention a date of life. Till that time this image will be available on my Azure. So replication, here you can see zone redundant, or you can call as standard HDD or premium HDD. I need to select. So I will be selecting as a zone redundant. Target regions. Okay. So I am saying as review and create. There is some, okay, review and create. Validation is passed. Now I am creating an image. Yes. Yeah, image deployment still in process. It will take some time to create your image. So meanwhile, is it clear with everyone about a differences between the resource group, so that I will be deleting some of the resources, some of the virtual machines. The reason, because our I am using a trial version, and trial version supports only 3 virtual machines for the testing purpose. So for more than 3, we cannot create it. Okay. So I to remove to demonstrate your image creation. So I will be deleting. So I will be deleting one of the resource group. Okay. Uh, Let me try to delete a resource group 2. Sorry, resource group 1. I will try to delete a resource group 1. Okay. So delete the resource group 1. Okay. Copy and paste. Delete. See, I have deleted a resource group 1, but these resources has not deleted. So the other resources has been deleted. Why? Because that are interlinked with a virtual machine. Here, these resources has not deleted. Reason behind is nothing but we are running another virtual machine from another resource group. These resources are associated with that virtual machine. So I have not deleted a virtual machine. I have deleted only a resource group. So when I click on delete resource group, then the resources which are within the same resource group has been deleted. Now I will be deleting a virtual machine. Let us see how the virtual machine will get deleted. Okay. Here my idea here is to demonstrate the main differences between your virtual machine, your resource group, and your resources and your region. So your resources is your virtual machine, a resource group is your logical folder, and region is nothing but a physically where your virtual machine is running. Okay. So this is nothing but a basic concept which you need to understand. Okay, a resource group, and here you can see I have gone to resource group 1, and I still see these are the few things which has been still available in my resource group. When I have clicked on delete resource group and I select mention like delete all the resources in my resource group, but these resources are not deleted. Why? Because these are associated with another virtual machine in another resource group, that is called as resource group 2. So what we will do right now, I will go for virtual machine. I will click on my demo. Okay. Now from here I will try to delete. Okay, once if I try to delete here, apply force deletion, here everything is selected. My OSDs, your network interface, your network IP. Okay, everything is selected. My OS disk is also selected over here. Now let us say remember here I am deleting a resource. So I am not deleting a resource group, I am deleting an entire resource. Yes, my virtual machine deleted resource group 01. You can see the resource group now it has been deleted automatically. I have not given the command to delete the resource group. I have only deleted the resources. Means if already you can, I have not deleted the resource group 2, but the resources in your resource group 2 has been deleted automatically. Why? Because here I have not applied a command to delete a resource group. So in a resource group 1 I have selected to delete the resource group, but it was not deleted. Why? Because the resources which has been working in other region, other resource group are still associated within a resource group 1. So that's the reason resource group 1 has not deleted. Once if I deleted the resource, so all the associated resources has been deleted from the resource group 1, then automatically it has been initiated the command, a previous command which is nothing but deletion of resource group, and he has deleted the resource group, sorry, he has deleted the resource group. So now you could not find a resource group 1 over here. Okay, clear? Or do you have any queries in this? Just let me. Okay, my virtual machine is also gone now. Clear everyone, or still do you have any queries so that I can move forward to my what you can say as image? Okay, thanks Firasat. Okay. Thanks, Azhar. So let us come here and you can see we have created any image or not. Let us go for Azure Computer Galleries. Go for Azure Computer Galleries. And can you see my image? So this is an image which I have created. Just a minute. Let me connect my charger. Right. So you can see I have created an image in the resource group 3. Okay. So sharing methodology is a private. So once I click on this image, it has a different options. Okay, so one is called as overview and another is called as active log, and you have a settings like you can share this image to by using an RBAC access or roles, or you can lock this image to not to delete by any of the user, and you can automate this image as well by using an CLI and PowerShell scripts, and you can create a multiple tasks for that. And let's go for an overview option. Here you can see the resource group movement, either you can move it to some other resource group, but here you can also see and one more option called as location movement. So you can move this resource from one location to another location as well. Okay, so here you can see what is available in my this image. So this is a gallery image. Under that I have one image called as demo Linux image, and if I want to move this image from one location to another location, it's nothing but we are moving it. Just we are not copying the resource. We are moving the resource from one region to another region. So here you can see you can select any of the region and you can move the resource to another region also. But right now I don't want to do that one. Okay, just for that, before going for that, I want to. So before that, I want to create an virtual machine using the same image that I want to demonstrate. Then later I will move that to another region, and then we will do it again. So in a virtual machine, go and create a virtual machine. Select a virtual machine over here. Okay, and you select a resource group called as resource group 2. Right now I am selecting it as a resource group 2, and here I am selecting my Linux hyphen image 01 as my I'm giving as my image 01. Here I am selecting a region called as history US now. Okay, come down here, I can see the images options, so showing that see all image configure okay, zone redundant, and I am seeing as see all image. Click on see on all image, then all images will be reflecting over here, but I want to go with my image. So click on my image. I don't have any images over here, and like go for shared image. You can see I have a shared image which is called as demo Linux image 01, and it is in a gallery of my image. Select this one. Automatically it has been chosen. my image as my operating system, and it will ask you to create in a size. But here you select zone 2 is available, it's saying it. Okay, so zone 2 I have selected, and I will use the same public key, generate the new public key, use an existing and stored in Azure. So select a key. So AZ Linux 01, this is the key which I have created. I am using the same key, and now you just only review and create. I'm not doing any changes over here, just I am reviewing and creating based upon my image. Let's go for basic here. What I have selected, Asia Pacific Central region. Now I will select some different region called as ESUS. I have selected this image, and I need to select zone 2. Now it's showing as zone 1. Previously it has shown as zone 2. Okay, existing. And let's go for disk option. It's an by default disk, and go for networking. I have not selected anything. Just simply say review and create. So here image is nothing but I have created a copy of my virtual machine, and on the same virtual machine I am creating a virtual VM. Okay. Yes, my deployment is completed. Now you can go for my virtual machine. You can see my Linux image 01 is ready, and another virtual machine is in stop stage. Why? Because it has created an image. Let me try to start it. So we have created an image of a virtual machine. So automatically it will stop and be allocated. So my virtual machine, now I have created a copy for that. So I cannot connect to this virtual machine. Why? Because it has been converted in the form of image now. So once the virtual machine is converted in the form of image, it will be stopped and deallocated. So a software copy of an image has created, and by using that software copy, you can create multiple virtual machines. Okay, so this software copy you can store anywhere in your location, as this is stored in your my uh, resource group 3 and image. So AZ Linux and your Linux 01 and your Linux IP address and the image galleries, everything is stored over here. And this image, this Linux machine is now in a stop stage. That's what I want to show you. Like I have created an image that is the server which is already in a running stage, and this is in a stop stage. So here I have used an east US location, and I can create multiple virtual machines using the same image, and in not only one location, on in a multiple locations I can create a I will create one more virtual machine in my I will create one uh, image resource group that I will use East Asia. Image icon Linux 02. Here I will go for see all images. I will use as a shared image. I will select as demo. The existing key pair. Say review and create. So now I am creating another virtual machine in a different region. So what I suggest you is nothing but I have used an Linux virtual machine. So for your better understanding, what you do is you create a Windows virtual machine and create some folders or content on your C drive. You create a virtual machine and to deploy your virtual machine in different regions. So what is the advantage of using an image is nothing but, let's assume that an application team has built an application and build a software on one of the virtual machine, and they have tested that virtual machine software. So it was working fine with all the settings and uh, uh, all the parameters, it's working fine. What they will do, they will create an image of that virtual machine, and they will store in a specific region or specific area for a storage purpose. And whenever it required to build a copy of the same virtual machine, so they will create a versioning system. So like for example, Azure Compute Galleries, go for image, click on your virtual machine. So from here directly you can create a virtual machine. Okay, so it will create your own virtual machine. So if you want to, if you have made some changes, okay, the latest version is nothing but 0.1. So here if you want to make some changes, add a version. So once if I click and add a version, so what changes you have made, whether you have made any disk or you have made any changes, so that changes will start replicating to your image. Let me say, go for next. So you can use a replication by changing your versioning copy of 1001 to 002. So like that you can have number of versions. So source disk and snapshot. So that will use your yeah, image source from a gallery. Okay, VM image definition, image version. So entirely it will change your version. This we will see it later. So till now don't be get confused. So till now it's okay. We will see the VM image versioning concept tomorrow to understand very easily. Okay. Till now we are creating a virtual machine, and for that we are creating an image, and that image we are using to deploy in different regions. Okay, the same image we are deploying in multiple regions. Okay, till here it's clear, or anyone have any issues? So regarding there is a versioning, if I start versioning, it will take some more time. So we will discuss versioning tomorrow, then we will move forward further. Yes, Fahid.
Sir, while creating an image, you have you have converted what do you call that virtual machine one, which we have created, right? It has converted into an image. After that, it is not working. It went into a stop stage, right? And
Yes,
it remained as an image for the next replications, wherever you want that to be used for any other region that you're
yes.
using. But we have compromised that virtual machine one. Whereas in AWS, just want to go through out of the topic, like when we are creating EC2 instance, we created an image in EC2 of EC2 also. But there we did not need to compromise the instance, right? So here
Yes,
in
yes, that's the correct.
yeah.
Here in Azure, just we what we did is we have just stopped the virtual machine, and we have converted, means we have created an image for that, and it's not a stopped image. So you can stop the virtual machine also, you can create an image, but I have not stopped it. The running image, running virtual machine is converted in the form of an image, a direct conversation, direct conversation. So once it has been converted, it has been stopped. Now you cannot use that as a virtual machine. The definition of the virtual machine is changed as a template. Okay. Yeah, that's correct, Wahid. That is a difference. What in your AWS we will use the same existing virtual machine, but in your Azure we used to use a copy of a virtual machine. Now the deployment is completed. Yes, Wahid.
Sir, now I have again a question related to resource group.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, resource group actually. It is redundant to region and what do you call that, availability zone, right? It is nothing to do with the region and the zones. But
Yes.
for an organization or a client, one client like he's already having one resource group, and then another resource group is for what? Like actually, you are merging, you are moving one resource group to other for what? I mean, what is the reason behind that? Why actually we need to do that in real? I mean, in the real scenario.
Good question, Wahid. So, in your real scenario, we will using a resource group based upon uh, the environment. Let me take as one resource group as prod environment, and one resource group as a dev environment, and one resource group as a testing environment. So, if we are building any virtual machine in your test environment, then we will use that resource group as a test environment. So if you are building any resources in a production environment, then we will use a resource group in a production environment, and we will be applying a security policies based upon the resource group. So the resource group is majorly used for applying your security policies, and you are providing an IMA access. Like if I say, if there is a developer and developer want to test one of the application, then he will be assigned with a access to your resource development resource group as well as production resource group. So deploy the resources from your development and to the production. So if there are the users, if I can say, uh, if there are the users, those who are want to only access production environment, then they will have an access to a production environment. It's only for the security reasons we are using a resource group to apply the policies over there, and we will also use a resource group to differentiate about your cost management as well. So by using a resource group, I can analyze that how much cost is uh, generated in some companies like they will use subscriptions as a dev and production and prod, and under the subscriptions they will use a resource group as a customer name. Let me take I have a customer called as ABC, and that ABC customer uh, has two environment. One is called as a dev and another is called as a production. So what I will do, I will purchase a three subscriptions, that is called as dev, production and testing. So three subscriptions I have purchased. So that three subscriptions, under the three subscriptions, so all three subscriptions are added under one management group, and then I will create two resources groups under one resource group under a dev and one resource group under a what you can say production. So with the same customer name called as ABC. So whenever i whenever a bill is got generated for my Azure resources, I can calculate that how much amount has been utilized by a particular resource group. So if the ABC customer has given me to launch a website, so first I will launch my website in a test environment, then I will launch my website in a production environment. So the resources what are using in a particular group, everything is accommodated in a single group, and on a single group the utilization charges will be applied. Okay, is it got it
So
clear?
yeah, it means that a resource group can have multiple sub resources also within that.
No, not multiple sub resource groups. So that are different based upon the company policies. If I have only, I want to create if I have only one company, and then I will divide in a way that prod, and if I have only one customer, if I am only the company, I am running my own company, then I will divide my resource group in a saying as prod and dev and production. So if I am the provider, I have multiple clients, then I will create three subscriptions as a I will create three subscriptions, and I will name it as one production, one dev, and one test. So under that subscriptions, I will create the resource group based upon the company names. So that is nothing but I can have multiple companies with under one subscription. Got it?
Yeah.
Not clear it.
Yeah, actually, see, I mean, you have created resource group 2 and you merge, I mean, you got resource group 1 into resource group 2. And resource group 2 already having its own resources earlier to that, right?
Right.
And then you already included at resource group 1 also. So like that, if you want to include any other resource group for development or for testing purpose or for deployment, anything you can include within the resource group 2, for instance. You can do that, right?
Yes, we can deploy it, but only the resource group. That's again I want to tell you. So the resource group is only for your identification and for your cost management and for
Yeah, that's
your
true, right?
billing process
Yeah, that
and
that's
for
true
and
actually.
applying the policies. That's it. Not more than that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Any queries? Okay, so let's end up the session here so that we will continue tomorrow with the next class that is called as we will start up with versioning. So I suggest everyone to do the lab sessions today, and if you have any doubts, let me know tomorrow so then we can clear it up. Okay. Thanks all. Thanks everyone. So bye everyone.